Yes, people. Saving Lady Gaga from the Kennedy curse. This is the show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire. Yay. Yes, I am live in the studio here at WISU 106.9 FM, Fairborn, Dayton, Ohio. I am Daniel Diesel here with another episode of Ohio's on Fire as we're still early on and in season 8. I can't believe it. I've done crazy 8 seasons of this and over 100 episodes. But I love it every time I do. It's my I worked really hard to create this many years ago when I was just out of high school. Here I am. I'm a grown butt man. I'm almost 30, and I'm here in a wonderful college. A lot of wonderful co-eds pass me by the window every time, and they wave at me, and they know what's going on. It's Ohio's on fire. If you are an artist, you want to be in this tournament, you want to win $400, you want to win an award that tells you you're the champion of the music scene, then please talk to me. I am your guy, and it's going to happen next month. It's a month away, people. A little over a month away. So that is Dayton Indie Music Madness. I need to get one of those bullhorns where my voice echoes, and it sounds like I'm at a monster truck rally. That do the people of Monster Jam proud. Dayton Indie Music Madness. With that Dick Vitale, he was like, if he was doing this show, he'd be like, Dayton Indie Music Madness, baby, it's madness, baby. Hopefully that was a good impersonation of Dick Vitale. Anyway, let me tell you something. Valentine's Day is come and went, and I can't believe it because I am single. I was single this past Valentine's Day. I've been single for many years now, and that I haven't either single or I haven't had a serious relationship with a woman. So it was another Saturday night. You know, I found some things to do. You know, I shoveled snow. I picked up sticks in the yard. I did homework. I probably had some homework I had to do. I was probably writing this rule sheet for Dayton Indie Music Madness. But I went another Valentine's Day without some love and affection. I didn't get any cookies. I didn't get any hugs. I didn't get any kisses. I'm getting a sweet loving, and that makes me upset. I don't know. Dan Diesel not like that. So I'm going to fix this right now. Because this is my show, and I'll get some loving if I want to. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. And that was in reference to the woman that sung that song. She passed away yesterday, so rest in peace to her. We're going to play a game right now. I'm going to fix this. I got an empty bottle here. You can't see it at home. You can see it on YouTube. We're going to play a game called Spin the Bottle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spin the bottle, and if it lands on a mundane object, I'm going to give it a hug right now, here live on the show. I don't care what it is. I'm going to spin it. And so let's see what happens. I'm going to spin the bottle. Here's my first spin. I need a drum roll. And it landed on this chair. I'm going to hug this chair, y'all. Watch me. Oh, yeah. Come here, chair. I love you, chair. I gotta yell because I'm far away from the mic right now. Chair, you're beautiful. Let's go someplace. Let's go to Las Vegas after this show, chair. Alright. That was weird. I'm gonna spin the bottle again. Let's see what else I can hug. And it landed on these thing of napkins. Yes, look, it landed on this thing, so I gotta give this thing a hug. Aww. Yes, there you go. It's okay, baby tissue. Wonderful. Yes, tissue box, you're so wonderful. You're so wonderful. Tissue box is true. Yes. So what else can I get my hands on? This is weird, but I like it. This is weird in a good way. Spin the bottle. And it landed. What else did it land on? It landed on this trash can. Alright. There, I kicked it. I kicked the trash can, so that counts. That's good enough. I was rough with the trash can. All right. What else can I land? This is fun. And it landed on myself. I gotta hug myself. Oh, woo! Yes, I'm beautiful. I'm gonna hug myself. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I can hug myself. I think people with those snake arms, they can wrap their arms around their shoulders. I can't really. I got short arms. I think I'm gonna punch myself instead, because I don't know. anyone else. When I think about you, I punch myself. I've lost my mind. I'm punching myself. This spin the bottle game has gone crazy. Alright, I'm going to keep going. What else can I do? Spin the bottle. And land it on my phone. Alright. There, I kissed my phone. It's my telephone, so there you go. One more. I'm going to do one more, and I promise I'll move on. Hopefully I didn't creep anyone out yet. It's spin the bottle. I'm playing spin the bottle, and it landed. It landed out there. Uh-oh. My bottle landed over this mirror over here where people walk in the hallways. What am I going to do about this? That means I got to find some... You know what? I got an idea. I'm going to fix this problem. The first person that waves at me, they went on this show. I'm going to interview the next person that wants on here. They got to wave at me. And I'm live on the air. This is really happening. I'll come on the air. I'll talk to you for about a minute. And if you want, you can give me a hug. It's got to be neutral. I can't make you hug me. So that's a challenge for anyone that's walking the hallways right now. Come in here and give me a hug. I will interview you. We'll find out who you are. It's my challenge. It's my post-Valentine's Day special. Because the bottle landed... You got to blame this bottle. This bottle landed on that mirror over there where people walk the halls. So it's going to happen. That's my challenge right now, tonight, for the next 2 hours. Wave at me, or I'll even just point at you. I'll just tell you to come here. Because I will talk to you. Alright, so that's my challenge. And something else I want to talk about. Yes, this past Sunday was a rare special on television. It was Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary, and it was amazing. I loved every minute of it. Before I was able to watch, I taped it. I was busy with stuff. But I got to see, they brought back Jeopardy with Will Ferrell, and it had a bunch of celebrity panelists on there. Eddie Murphy came back, his big return after 32 years of not being on there. Because he was on there for 71 seconds, he didn't do much. And oh yeah, Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Alright, so do I have any takers? I almost had, they walked by here. I almost thought someone challenged me to my challenge to come on the radio. Yes, I will interview you tonight. Any pedestrian that walks by here and you want to come in here, I will interview you. Come on, I'm right here. I'm waving at you. No takers yet. It'll happen. We get like hundreds of people that come on here. They walk past this hall. So I'm gonna make history. It's gonna be someone's lucky day. They're gonna be on Ohio's on Fire. I'm gonna talk to them. We might handshake. We might hug. We might arm wrestle. I don't know. Anything can happen. So anyway, back to Saturday Night Live. It was a live. It was a big live special. They did this segment called the Californians. They had a bunch of celebrities. They had Kristen Wiig, had Lorraine Newman, and who else? Yeah, it had Betty White. She made a cameo, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. I can't think that. Oh, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper and Betty White had a makeout session on the Saturday Night Live special, so that was cool. What else did they do? They had montages of all the stuff they've done over the years. They had, I remember Peyton Manning being on there talking about how they have sports stars on there. And also they did a tribute to all the ones that passed away, everyone, writers, crew, and actors that worked on the show in any way, shape, or form over the last 40 years, and that was really good. And now, yeah, I have to check it out, but I believe Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake, they opened the show with a kind of like a rap tribute, which I did not see that, and I don't want anyone to spoil it for me because I taped it. I taped it, and I will check it out. It's going to be great. And what else did they do? What was something else that really surprised me? Yeah, I already mentioned Wayne's World. Oh yeah, they did a music montage of all the musical performances they've done over the years. That music one was good. They had Steve Martin. He did that King Tut, and I loved watching that growing up. I know it was something my family enjoyed when they were younger. They've always watched Saturday Night Live since it came on, and I was a minus 10 years old when that show first came on. So I was just swimming around somewhere waiting to be born for another 10 years when that came on. And yeah, that was weird. And the musical performances, I know they had Miley Cyrus, which she's a good singer. I know she acts weird, but she's a good singer. She sang a good song. It was great. And also in it, they had Paul Simon saying "Crazy After All These Years," which reminds me of an old segment he did. It was back like the second year they did the show. He was on there a bunch in the early years. He was in a turkey outfit, and he was singing "Crazy After All These Years." And it was funny. If you haven't seen it, I'm surprised you haven't. You need to go rent it. Go to the local library and rent an SNL Greatest Hits. I'm sure it's on there. But and he was much younger too back in the 1970s. Yeah, he was in a turkey outfit. He was singing, and then he got upset, and it was all funny. But yeah, he sung "Crazy After All These Years" to close the show, and it was 3.5 hours long, so it was a thing of beauty. Yes, Will Ferrell was on there. He did Jeopardy, and he did that guy that did the singing. So I guess I give it a ranking. I don't rank things very often, but it was as good as anything I've ever seen on television, and the ratings were good. I give it a 10 out of 10. It was a once-in-a-lifetime event. It was everything that you'd want. All the cast members that ever mattered were there. It was amazing.
And the outcomes.
Hi, my name is Morgan Freeman. I am a social work major here at Wright State, and you're listening
Morgan
to
Freeman.
WWSU 106.9, Dayton's Right Choice.
And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. Yes, did not sound like Morgan Freeman whatsoever. Morgan Freeman sounded kind of cute there, so I don't know what happened. May he had those special surgery or something. Anyway, this Ohio's on Fire here on WWSU 106.9 FM. It's live and it's unpredictable. I think it's now time to do a live segment of everyone's favorite segment. It is now time for OMVP. And that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Do 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 do. Hey, that was my I think I did the Superman theme with using my lips. I'm really talented. Anyway, OMVP, in case you don't know by now, goes to someone very interesting or a group of people that did some very interesting in the state of Ohio within recent memory, or they did something weird in a good way, or sometimes it's a postpartum award where they've passed on, and it's kind of a way to honor their legacy. Just remembering the good people of Ohio. Just because things happen in Ohio all the time, it's good to give them a shout out. So it's not an award, but it's just a real nice shout out. And maybe one day I'll get a little tombstone, and every OMVP winner I've ever had, I will carve your name into stone, and we'll have at it. That'll be your way of being awarded for OMVP. But let me read some article here. One of the big major issues in our country, and especially in Ohio, is the legalization of marijuana. And there was this article that came out yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It comes out of Columbus, Ohio. It's a really long one, so I'll read the key parts of it. But from Columbus, Ohio, in the back room of a bar north of downtown, representatives from 4 groups vying to bring legal weed to Ohio presented their plans. Yes, there's 4 different groups now, so let me read some of this. The Central Ohio chapter of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws brought the groups together last week for a respectful and thoughtful conversation. All was civil until the last few minutes when someone in the crowd interrupted the moderator with a question for Responsible Ohio. The group, pitching a regulated marijuana industry limited to 10 grow sites, promised to campaign backers. Now, here's in quotes a question that no one's really asking, but I think everyone wants to know, is how is creating a cartel benefit anyone besides the people who profit from it? The room erupted in applause. Oh, I guess that quote was from a person in the audience. I was trying to figure that out. The room erupted in applause, but was quieted by event organizers who said the question was inappropriate for the forum. So I'm going to stop for a minute. So let's get this straight. So, creating, besides the people who it seems kind of funny that people that want to legalize a drug enhancer that will alter your brain and alter your mood, they suddenly have some more. They have some morals. They're taking a moral high ground. It seems inappropriate for the forum, and that's just. unless that's the editor, the Cleveland.com editor's way of being funny, you know. I imagine a lot of people, a lot of groups that support marijuana, they've been labeled themselves inappropriate. So that just struck me as funny and odd, because what exactly is inappropriate? But anyway, but you know, I guess porn stars, I guess they got their morals also. But anyway, I had to throw that out there. Now, real quick, I'll read. Visit www.cleveland.com and just search. The title Ohio legalization of marijuana. It should pop up. But there's a bunch of things on here. It talks about it. Here's a little highlight of what is happening with these laws that deal with marijuana. But it was broken down in three little parts. Number one was competition. Responsible Ohioans for Cannabis and Ohio Rights Group were already working on ballot initiatives before Responsible Ohio announced its plan. Number two, excitement. Responsible Ohio's proposed constitutional amendment has given marijuana legalization supporters much to talk about. And number three, too much too soon. Only 4 states have legalized recreational marijuana use. Is Ohio ready for that? So I guess it's kind of like a race. You see, there's a bunch of people that want marijuana legalized, but they want their own idea. Like one group just wants it for medical marijuana use, and there is a group that's pitching the idea, and a group that actually has a lot of money behind them is someone that wants to not only make it legal for medical use, but for recreational use. Because right now it is legal to use it for recreational use, for fun, similar to beer and cigarettes. You can do this in Colorado, you can do this in California, and I think Vermont, and I think New Hampshire. They're not, only 4 states. I think I got them all right. So I should win a candy bar for that. I got all 4 states right. And Ohio's trying to be number 5, and it's kind of weird. Its groups are bickering. Like they're trying to, it's almost like anything you can do, I can do better sort of thing. Which group is going to get their way first? They all sounds like they want a similar plan. And there's another group, Ohio Rights Group, which is seeking to legalize medical marijuana only, was aiming for the 2016 ballot. Now, ORG President John Pardee said the group is preparing to go into 2015 as an alternative to Responsible Ohio. Pardee said the group has collected more than 150,000 signatures of Ohio voters who support this plan, about half of what's required to qualify for the ballot, with all its volunteer networking. So I tell you what, while these marijuana groups are fighting with each other, I got an idea. I think one guy that's happy about all of this is Willie Nelson. Yes, Willie Nelson, he makes no bones about his use of the reefer. Littering and smoking the reefer. I couldn't help it. That was from Super Troopers, in case you don't know by now. But yes, Willie Nelson, he's probably really happy that towards the end of his life, all these states are opening up to legal use of marijuana. So I'll tell you what, Willie Nelson, you're being a happy soldier about this. You're not getting into any fights with any other pro groups. So Willie Nelson, not only did you do all those things, but you're something else in protest, because I'm protesting this week. I'm giving it to someone other than an Ohioan, because I'm pretty sure he's not from Ohio. But I do what I want. Willie Nelson, for this episode, you are OMVP. And that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Round of applause to Willie Nelson. What other songs did he do? Did he do Traveling Man? No, that was Ricky Nelson. I'm sorry. And I don't think Willie Nelson was related to Ricky Nelson. I think those are 2 separate Nelsons. And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. I am your host, Daniel Diesel, and my special guests have called in. They're here for tonight's episode. I got the band Action Camp, and they're both members are on. We got Mara Jacob and Bengt Alexander. But say hello, you guys.
Hello. Hey there.
Yes, hello, Radio World. Yes, thank you for being on the show, Action Camp.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So you're welcome. Now I got a question. How long have you two been together as a band, like working together musically?
We've been together for about 9 years. Just 10th, actually. It was 9 years since our first practice together. And we only knew each other for a few months before then. So we've known each other for a little over 9 years now.
Cool. Now, is being good friends important to the music that you guys make together?
We talked about this with each other a little bit, and we agree that a lot of it is about compromise, respect, and being good at communicating with each other. On a certain level, it's kind of like we're friends on one hand and business partners on another. So
Yeah.
I think being friends helps, but a lot of what really makes the band tick has to do with communicating and compromising and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta be professional on a business point. That makes good sense. That's now. I want to know, what are your guys' musical influences?
I think over the years, both of us have pretty diverse things that we listen to. I think directly on the band, I think there's it was really like PJ Harvey and like Killing Joke and a lot of stuff from like David Lynch movies, like Angela Bottleneck soundtracks, and it's all bits and pieces. As long as it's like Portishead is a good example. Like anything that's kind of dark and poppy or like kind of bittersweet is kind of our thing.
Yeah, I heard some of you guys. Yeah, it's out there.
Until like.
Oh, go ahead.
All I was going to say is that we had also some, different experiences performing before we got together. Like Ben has played a lot in more kind of DIY, like punk type bands, and then I actually took like classical voice. So those things kind of influence what we do also, but from very different ends of the spectrum.
All right, now your name, Action Camp. I think it's a very awesome name for a band. Now, who named it, and where did the idea for that name come from?
The idea for the name originally came from I was doing some activism work, and a lot of activist Skillshare things are called Action Camp. But then we just kind of liked how that sounded. But we did more research, and we found that a lot of like Christian camps are called Action Camps.
Yeah.
And we thought that was pretty funny, only because I actually have worked at Christian camps, and there's action in another way too, because you get a lot of kids together in one place, and they'll find ways to sneak off and
So it should be a reason to tell them what not to do. They're going to exactly go do what you don't want them to do. Once you're not watching them, that's kids.
Absolutely. Now, I got one call-in question from a fan named Lisa. She had this question on your Reverb Nation page, and I was kind of curious about this also. So it was a good question by Lisa. You call yourself Doom Pop. Now, what does Doom Pop mean?
I guess it's an easy way to explain that, like, we really lean toward pop music. Like, we like things that have a lot of melody and is accessible, but we also like really big, heavy guitars and like loud, like, it's kind of maybe in the vein of like a shoegaze or something, and maybe slightly metal, but not metal full on. And there's always kind of an element, especially in the last record we did, there's like an element of dark doominess. So that's kind of that's what we've gone with. It seems the quickest way to describe what we do.
Absolutely.
It kind of captures the sound a little bit better, and I don't know, and we cover a lot of like lighter and darker subject matter in the songs also, so it just kind of all made sense together.
Well, that does make sense, because I got to listen to a lot of your guys' stuff. But yeah, there is a doom element to it. Like, it sounds like the world's going to end, and it's poppy at the same time. So Doom Pop. So that's a yeah, you guys, yeah, Doom Pop. That's what Action Camp is. So I gotta ask you two, what's the best prank either of you have ever pulled on each other or other bandmates while on the road?
I think in this band, because it's just the two of us. Pulling a prank is probably not the smartest thing.
Uh-oh.
Most of the time we spend is just the two of us in a car, driving or whatever. So it's not like keeping the peace, but it's like we're very like respectful of each other's space and try.
We did play a prank on our fans one year, like in April.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You want to explain that one?
It was an April Fool's joke that apparently went slightly too well because a lot of people thought we broke up. We just made like an offhanded joke that we were breaking up because we felt like musically we weren't being true to ourselves and that we were going to reform as a like really sludgy electronic death metal band. And that we were signed to Roadrunner Records. Like it seemed really obvious to me.
Because all of the songs, all the songs were inspired by Battlestar Galactica. That was
it was like the most ridiculous premise. And then for like months after, I had people asking like, "Oh, it's a bummer that you guys broke up." Like we didn't break up. I was like,
oh, it worked. Yeah. That's a good joke. When it works, that's when you have a good joke. Oh man.
Yeah. But we've learned not to tease that we're breaking up because people cannot tell the difference between us joking and not.
All right. Oh man. Now I gotta ask you, what's your favorite music-related program, either on television or on YouTube?
This is a tough one, but I've actually been rewatching a lot of episodes of Portlandia, and while it's not
That's a good one.
exclusively music related, they have a lot of their skits involve comments on music, and what kind of makes it is they're sort of like sad truths sometimes. Like there's one about somebody coming up to what St. Vincent actually guest starring, but comes up and wants to talk to her about her gear, and then it just is quite obvious that that guy just wants to tell her what he has, and that kind of thing happens at shows all the time.
And there's the one that I latched onto with that show. It's just like it kind of bums you out because it's true. Like it's funny, but it's true. When they had Amy Mann was supposed to be their maid, and they had her new CD, and they were playing. It's like, oh, Amy, we're listening to your new record, and Carrie's just holding up a laptop, listening to. She goes, the best way to listen to it on tiny little speakers. I'm like, I know that that's a joke, but people do that, and it's really sad. Like you can tell that they are real musicians who they're commenting on it more than they're making fun of it. Like that is the thing that bothers them.
Yes, I've checked out some Portlandia episodes. I don't think I saw that one, but it's a good show, and that sounds funny. No, I want to ask you this. Portlandia, can you get that on iTunes? Where can I get that?
I think most of it's on Netflix right now.
Netflix.
For the current season, so you can catch up on it there. And again, it's not just music, but their music things are pretty funny.
They do other things. Yeah, I like that show before I checked it, so I'm going to check them out. Yeah, Portlandia. Now, critics and fans alike, they would consider your band a great independent act. But I want to know, do you guys care about making it big to the mainstream, like being big like Justin Bieber or Aerosmith? What do you guys want?
I don't think it's possible for us to get to that level. I think we had to start younger and really skim down what we do, I think. But I think for us, in general, as long as we can do it and kind of sustain and not be recognizable to the public, we're both pretty private people, so I don't think we would actually ever want to be like famous. That's never what we're really aiming for.
Okay.
Like we look up more to people like the Pixies or like Nico Case or something like that, where you can make a living on it and you get to make something that you're really proud of, but it doesn't affect the rest of your life.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't see how these celebrities deal with these paparazzi. I think that would be the pressure cooker. Like, if you're really good at what you love and people want to hear your stuff, but if you go to California, these cameras, they follow you. Now, I understand. I would see that you guys be bothered by all those cameras poking in your business. messing up Action Camp. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And I think, honestly, what I think is considered like the mainstream, our friend Deacon, who goes way, way back with us, has this really great theory. Every time I talk to him, it's amazing. He's been a collaborator with us and stuff. But that there's this kind of pyramid shape as far as music goes, where the higher you get up, where the more accessible you are, the more kind of vanilla and not vanilla is the wrong word, 'cause that's negative, but like really wide throwing your music has to be to reach that level. Like if you want millions of people to buy what you do, you have to make the most unoffensive, catchy, like sugary kind of thing. That you have to make like the fast food of music for people which is not a bad thing, but that's like the
That's different than what we create.
Right.
So like,
and the more and more
change that.
Yeah, and the more and more you whittle that down and make things more and more specific, the less just by how art works, the less appealing it is to larger groups of people. So then you find the people who are really, really into this specific thing that you do, which I think is more our aim, like other people that listen to the same, like the same stuff that we like.
Okay, well, absolutely. Now I want to ask you this. If you could record a song with anyone that's either dead or someone that's currently alive that you haven't recorded a song with yet, who would it be?
I feel like it would probably be like a producer or something. Like we like big, lush arrangements. I think like if I got to do something with like Jeff Lynne from Electric Light Orchestra or like people in ABBA, like that would be pretty amazing.
I was also thinking about David Byrne too, because like I liked what he did with he did things with the B-52s that I thought was really fascinating. So it's kind of like, I guess I'd rather collaborate with someone. I think I have a hard time picturing like who I'd want to perform with. Also just because like I love musicians how they are, and I have trouble imagining them as something else, which they would have to be for us to like be performing at the same time, so like, or I'd be way too intimidated. I'd rather be like more in the production end or something like that.
I think anyone that I'd be really, really into and have a ton of respect for, I don't think I would want to directly do something with them because it would change the thing about what they do that I like.
That makes sense.
Like I feel like I would poison the well.
Hell no.
Stuff I like.
Oh, well, absolutely. Now I want to ask you this: if you had a time machine, and where would you go and do? Whether in the future or you want to go back in time, where would you go and do, and why?
I actually just made this joke the other day, unrelated to this, before you gave us the questions or anything. I just said, like, ultimately, I think if it came down, if I had a time machine, I would just go back in time a fair amount, like, not non-specific, and just claim to have invented a time machine then, just because it would be more impressive to anyone then than anything else. I don't really care about changing world events or anything. Just more credit to me. That's
I love that. That's a good idea. That way, here in 2015, we can open our history books and then say, Benedict Alexander, he created the time machine. You'd make billions of dollars, you and your family.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Now,
like find out when H.G. Wells was writing the time machine and just show up at his house and like, hey, guess what?
You're going to give him a heart attack or something, though. Like, you're going to ruin so much literature.
Now, this Friday night, you guys are going to be at Blind Bob's in Dayton, Ohio. It's going to be Friday, February 20th, and that should be exciting. But fans that go out and see you guys at Blind Bob's this Friday, what can they expect from Action Camp?
Well, I think this is our like 9-year anniversary tour. This is the first batch of shows we're playing this year.
Okay.
And it's going to be more. Probably more high energy than we would normally play because we're playing with Night Beast and Millie and Big Time Pharaohs, who are all kind of not necessarily pop punky, but like in that vein. So we're playing much more high energy, more of the surf stuff we do. We're also bringing out some this song Myth, which is literally the first song we ever wrote the first day we were together. Like songs we haven't played on tour in like a long, long time. So we're kind of it's a bit of like a retrospective, and also just playing things that are bigger and louder and faster because it's fun. We don't do that often on tour.
That's amazing.
As always, we love hanging out with folks, and I don't know, I think high energy sets sometimes are a little bit more welcoming. I don't know, people are intimidated by moody sets. So I'm excited. People should come talk to us after, because we like meeting people. So.
Well, that and then, Dayton has been kind of our home away from home. It's always been really, really good to us. And it was really, we started maybe 2 years ago coming to Dayton, and we've been there like 5 times or something now.
All right.
Everyone's so welcoming. Like we the same people that came the last time come out and everything. And essentially Dayton has been one of the kind of testing grounds for all the new material. So I think a lot of the same people have seen all the new songs over and over again. So we're trying to give them something different too. Like as opposed to the rest of the tour that we're doing, we'll probably play that stuff because we haven't gone necessarily to those cities quite as much. But Dayton's always like a blast. So we're bringing our A game to Dayton at least.
Oh, I imagine you would. That sounds awesome. Now, for listeners that's been listening tonight, where can they find your music and buy your material?
Our music is available on most major places, so we highly recommend people going to Bandcamp because it's just a great place to support independent music. But we're also on iTunes, Spotify. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, and we have our website, which can link you to all of it, which is just action-camp.com. So that'll link you to everything.
Well, there you go. Now, listeners, there's no excuses. This band Action Camp, they're pretty much everywhere for what you just mentioned. So definitely, or you can go to Google and just type in Action Camp band. All their websites will pull up. So I tell you, well, I don't know if I'll be able to make it to the concert for this Friday, but I've been listening to your stuff online, and it's great stuff. And I'm going to play 2 more of your songs, which you told me you'll play. You told me to play, and I will definitely do that. And I hope it goes great at Blind Bob's this Friday, and your 9th anniversary tour, which you'll be going different places. And maybe I'll buy one of your CDs when I get the chance. But listen, Action Camp, I want to thank you for being on Ohio is on Fire tonight. And a reminder for people at home.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, the Action Camp, they're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so they're calling long distance tonight. I love having out-of-state guests, so this is amazing. So once again, we got Mara Jacob and Bengt Alexander. I've been talking to them too, and it was a wonderful interview. So thank you guys once again, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Daniel Diesel, he had to go someplace. I took him to the chopper. Yeah. Anyway, you just listened to Action Camp with their music. You heard, You Don't Even Know My Name. And then you heard, Blade. Yeah, the Blade song. Yeah. And I tell you what, I got some news. I'm going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. And you know what else? Someone else is going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame with me. And he's right here with me. Say hello. Oh, yeah, the Macho Man. I'm talking from heaven because I know I died 4 years ago, but somehow I'm here. I am the Randy Savage. Snap it to a Slim Jim. I'm going to be a Hall of Famer. And Hulk Hogan, I challenge you to a cage match. I'm going to drop the elbow all the way from heaven. That's right, Savage. Now, up next, we got some more new Ohio music showcase. Yeah, let's see what we got up next here. What does Daniel Diesel have prepared? Because I took him to the chopper, and he's having a baby. Oh, no. Up next, we got Resistance Movement with My Devotion. Then we got Christy Angeletti with Beautifully Impossible. And then we got Annie Shaw Band with We All Belong. And Daniel Diesel will be back in a few minutes. Once I get to take care of him, the chopper, he'll be back. Oh, yeah, I dig it. with that, it's now time for the final message. Tonight, I want to talk about fat shaming. Yes. Everywhere that you see in the newspapers, in the magazines, the television, all the big stars, they're all skinny. They're all sexy. That's the image that we're sold in 2015 and for many years now, probably many decades. Like the idea image, I'll make all the money is someone that's skinny, someone who's got a good bone cheek muscle, someone who wears a suit, and if you're all those things, you are a winner. All the good things in life will happen to you and no one else. And then there's big people that don't fit that perfect mold for Hollywood. People like me, Daniel D. Now, I just want to tell you, in case you don't know what I look like, if you haven't checked out my YouTube vids, I'm not skinny by any means, and I don't want to be skinny. But I'm not morbidly obese either. I don't need the jaws of life to get into the studio every week. I'm what you would call, I guess, maybe big-boned. Because, yes, I do have my own weights at home. I like to pump my weights. I do a lot to keep my muscles intact. I drink a lot of milk. So I'm big, muscle-wise. I mean, I'm pretty decent muscle. I mean, I don't know how to measure that stuff because I'm not a pro athlete. So I got decent muscles. I also like to eat fried chicken. So I might be a little overweight, I guess, for what my height would be. But I look good. I feel good. And that's all that matters. And I can live the way I can. But I'm thinking, what if I was skinny? Would people think different of me if I was skinny? If maybe I look different? Maybe I don't have that big beard on my face? Because that's the other thing. I got my big beard. It's all big. You can see it on camera. I got that Grizzly Adams beard, which that's how people know who I am. And that's how I stick out. Beards are okay. I know some skinny people have beards. I know Brad Pitt, he had that big monster beard back in the late 90s. That was awesome. But yes, I think we put too much pressure on having that perfect image. And I blame the media. Because what is the perfect image? Does it really exist? Like, are we stereotyping too much? Like, do we put too much emphasis on being skinny? Because maybe that's why Karen Carpenter died. Remember her? She was a singing star in the 70s, and everyone said she had to be a supermodel. And then she starved herself, and then she died. She died at a young age. And a lot of models, they starve themselves because they want that perfect image. They're afraid to be fat. So what does it mean to be fat? Is that a stereotype? Does the term fat even exist, really? I mean, you could technically use the term overweight, or you can use the term big, but what is fat? That's the name that we use on the playground to make fun of children who don't fit the mold of that perfect Hollywood look. And let me tell you something, I've always been a big guy. I don't think I'm fat, and I think good people come in all shapes and sizes. And you know what? A lot of people, I think the people that are big, that make it big in Hollywood, they're usually funny people, like Chris Farley, and what else? Who else is big? Oh, Kevin James, he's a big guy, and who else? Melissa McCarthy, yeah, she's a big woman. She's big in size. She's not the typical supermodel looking woman, but she's funny. And who's to say we gotta be dictated on what we should look like? I mean, I'm happy with if I want to lose weight, I do it for health purposes, because it is true when you get older, if you're in the upwards of weight, it can be bad on your heart. So I would do that for health purposes more than anything. But I wouldn't want to do that because I thought I looked ugly. Because, you know, people thought I was ugly because I didn't look a certain way. You got to do it for you. People should love you for who you are. It's about how you feel. Because let me tell you something, I'm all about that bass. Yes, I am. No trouble, no trouble. Anyway, so I am Daniel Diesel, and listen, if you don't know who I am, I got my beard, I got my muscle, I like eating fried chicken, I like eating mashed potatoes with cottage cheese, I like radio, You know, I like people who are talented. I like people who are smart. I like people who change the world. And I don't like people who stereotype and make fun of people. People who had a silver spoon up their rear ends their whole life. They tell other people what they think. They write in their little blog, tell them what's the new pink. Like they talk about the new pink, the new blue. Who comes up with that crap? Where does this come from? Who comes up with the style of the season? Is there a person in a room that decides what's fashionable? Listen, I make everything look good. I look good in anything. And you do too, listener at home. You on YouTube people, if you're watching this on video, you look great. You need to feel good. And if you feel good, you'll do good. That's all there is to it. Fat shaming, people that shame people because they think they're fat, they're losers. They suck at life. They live in a trailer park. They have a serious problem with drugs. You know, they hate their parents. You know, they hate society. People, yeah, as you notice, people who make a living, I won't say make a living, let me rephrase that. People who, in their daily life, they make a point to put people down, so it puts them up. Make a scene at their workplace because they hate their job, they hate their boss. They do that so they can feel better, and they can go tell their other loser buddies, oh, this person's an idiot. That guy's a freak. This guy is fat. Daniel Diesel, he's a freak. He don't deserve nothing. He don't deserve to be loved this holiday season. He don't deserve to be the best in the world. Well, you gotta tune that. That's noise. People that talk like that, what do they do? What do these people do? Because I'll tell you what I do. I'm the best in the world at what I do. I'm the king of independent radio. I'm the two-time Dayton radio champion. I love my beard. And I support my friends. And I want my friends to support me. And I protect those that have been loyal to me all my life, that believe in what I do. And this is the American dream for me. What I do is my American dream. And if you don't have a dream, then that's on you. And no one else but you. So, you're everyone at home, you are beautiful. Fat shaming does not exist. You got to make yourself feel good. You take care of yourself before you take care of others. And let me tell you something. Until next Tuesday night, I am Daniel Diesel. And I want everyone at home to love each other. And love the people in your life. Just hold on to them every day because you won't have them forever. Until next Tuesday, Ohio. Fairmore, Dayton, data issue 106.9 FM. That is the way it is.